What is up, y'all? Manny, Carrera, your real estate resource, and I'm your host, kicking off season 2 of Whiskey Wednesday podcast session. We are recording episode number 25, and I'm going to be joined by my good friends, Realtors, Mr. Real Estate, Chris Gill, and Frank the Tank, Frank Gonzalez over here to my right. What's up, y'all? Cheers.
What's up?
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, as we go through this podcast, you guys are definitely going to hear and see Frank open up a lot more. This guy's probably one of the most shy guys that I know, but really excited to kick off season 2. I've been talking about this since the first episode. I wanted to have a realtor episode, where we just have nothing but realtors on here, talking real estate, talking money, talking El Paso, and what better way to start this new season off than do what I wanted to do initially since we started this. So a couple things are going to change. Obviously, we're not in our same setup right now. We are in a beautiful 3-bed, 2-bath home here on the far east side of El Paso.
Flex room. Yeah, boy.
This is a Pacifica home, and it's our model home. We're actually going to be kicking off the season. Couple things, like I said, are changing. So usually, as we go through these episodes, we have one bottle that we feature. Going forward, what we want to do is really incorporate a lot more whiskey into this. So today, Chris, Frank, and myself are going to be trying 3 of my favorite whiskeys, and I want to get their reactions. Today we're going to be drinking Texas Blend whiskey. We're also going to be drinking Monkey Shoulder and Basil Hayden's Dark Rye. Ooh. All 3 of these are some of my favorites, so I'm really excited for these non-whiskey drinkers to really see what your boy likes. So, kicking that off real quick, Frank, what's your favorite drink to drink?
I love tequila. I like Patron is probably my stuff.
He's a typical El Paso guy. Order this guy a Patron shot and he'll give you his number. What about you?
I don't know, bro. I go through phases. Sometimes I was going through Fireball phase and tequila phase.
Fireball's like the teenage phase.
I was like 13. I think I went through that phase too.
I'm going through a vodka phase right now.
Really?
Yeah,
that's fucking disgusting.
For real?
That is so gross, bro.
I can't drink
whiskey. I haven't drinking vodka since like the Cincinnati days when Cincy was old Cincy. Yeah. I used to have so many bad memories there with vodka, so I had to step away from that for sure. I got into tequila like Frank. Yeah, but now it's like, especially starting the podcast, I've really taken on the whiskey everywhere I go. So I'm just trying to drink some new stuff, So we're going to start off today, sipping on one of my favorites. This is Texas Blend. So before we do get into some questions and you guys tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do, we're going to go ahead and sip on this Texas Blend whiskey here. First thing I want you guys to do before we see your reactions and get, taste profile is smell this and kind of tell me what you guys think this smells like.
No, it smells like whiskey.
Like whiskey. This guy has no...
Bro, it smells good.
Okay, what would you
Which one is it?
It doesn't smell too
Which one is it?
This is Texas Blend, so I'm actually going to grab this bottle from here.
Does it have honey?
Yeah, so this is Texas Blend. It does smell really sweet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one actually obviously made in Texas here, and it's won a whole bunch of awards. So I definitely do feel that honey, maybe even a little cherry scent, but it's really sweet, right? So this one, I started off with this one because I know, as we go, it may progress into a little bit stronger. But salud, cheers guys. Cheers. Welcome to the podcast.
That one is poisonous.
Yeah, bro.
What is that? What does that taste like?
That was good.
That's really good, right?
It's sweet. Chugged it.
I took it like a shot. I thought it was Fireball.
Frank,
I thought it was Fireball.
Frank, this is to chill and talk.
Damn.
I'll chill.
This is good.
So what did that shot taste like, Frank?
This is good.
It's good. It's not as hard as one of those, I guess. I hate whiskey, so to me, this is good.
Yeah, this is really good. I think I could definitely drink and eat this.
Damn, bro, that's good.
It's
good. That's really good.
I think I even smell some vanilla in there too. Do you smell yours?
Yeah.
Any in
honey.
your empty cup? Yeah.
I said honey right away.
It smells like
That's what I thought.
Bad decisions.
Bad decisions.
Good intentions.
Good intentions, bad decisions.
Yeah.
So
Oh, shit.
let's start off. Frank, we'll get you a refill if you want to pour yourself one.
No, I'm good.
No, you're good. Okay, nice and warm. So, want to talk right off the bat. We're all realtors here in El Paso. We've pretty much started the same time, right? I think that's how we met you.
I think it was you first, me, and then Frank.
And then Frank, yeah. And we're a couple months apart, right?
Yeah.
3-4 months.
3 months.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about who you guys are. For the people that don't know, don't follow you yet. Let's start off with you, Chris. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you do.
So I'm from El Paso, Texas. Born and raised here. Started real estate about a year and 8 months ago. Same company as Manny, ERA, Sellers and Buyers, and we just, we clicked ever since the beginning, and we just started growing together. And right now we're at El Paso Homes Realty.
El Paso Homes.
We're listing agents for Pacifica Homes, and so far so good. It's been a journey. It's been fun.
It's been
crazy.
fun,
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Definitely. What about you, Frank?
Born and raised here in El Paso. Also, I started real estate, I want to say about a year and a half ago. And I started with you guys at ERA. That's where I met Chris. I already knew you.
Yeah.
And,
You knew me from
way back.
from way back.
Way back in the old Cincy days.
How long have you guys known each other?
A good 8 years,
Yeah.
I would say maybe. He's got when I lived out in Miami, he actually went a couple times and
Yeah.
hung out, got super
I've seen
wasted, got
pictures.
lost.
She got lost. I get lost every chance. It's like a regular
Every
thing.
chance this guy's getting lost. It's
You
funny.
get lost tonight.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So let's jump right into it. Obviously, you guys have we've all been doing real estate for right under 2 years, right? We're pretty fresh, I would say,
super fresh,
right? And that's why I actually wanted to start this episode off with you two, because we kind of started around the same time, and we kind of have learned a lot along the way, right? There's been a lot of lessons, challenges, especially in our industry. I think it's one of the hardest industries, underestimated industry too, because I think a lot of people just look at the glam
I think it's easy.
Yeah.
and think that we're just
It's
banking
super
it
easy.
on money,
Yeah.
and it's just coming easy, but they don't really see the 12, 15 hours that we're
Let me
putting
ask
in
you
a day,
this: do people actually still, reach out to you and they ask you, how do I join?
Yeah,
How to
absolutely.
become a realtor?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see all the time.
Yeah. And I actually, I don't even like to tell people my story, honestly, because when I tell people my story, I got my license in a month. I took my test and passed them both times the first time. I was licensed in 45 days, you know?
Crazy, bro.
But a lot of that
Fucking
expectation, that expectation is like unrealistic sometimes,
Yeah.
I think, But yeah, a lot of people are always asking me, and I'm always pointing them to the right direction, but I get so many questions, like just from people wanting to start real estate, that I have to tell them like what it really is. I'm telling them, save money. If you have a job, don't quit your job yet.
Yeah.
Start real estate and save money, and make sure that you don't expect to get paid for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Because that's
Have like 5 to 4 months saved.
For sure.
And savings, your expenses, because the one average closing is what, like a month and a half.
Yeah, definitely. It's
The
30,
fir-
45 days, right?
And by the time you
30
get
or
that
45
first
days.
client that trusts you, is gonna be, maybe you're lucky.
Yeah, I think with real estate, and I actually just lucky enough to be able to hire an assistant.
Yeah.
And I was telling my assistant too that real estate's just one of those things one of those careers that you really just have to have patience. And I'm not patient at all. Like I have zero patience. No, bro. No, I have zero patience, especially in traffic. But like when it comes down to real estate, yeah, for real, Fifth Fam. But one thing I could say for sure, is you really do need patience in real estate, because so many things happen. You guys know that when we set a set date to close, sometimes it's a week or two after. Sometimes,
Armando!
Armando, what's up, bro? We're gonna close tomorrow or not?
I gotta be the most annoying guy with Armando, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, for real, tomorrow? For real.
I'm gonna tell my clients.
This fucker's watching her right now. He's like, God damn it.
Yeah, but I think there's so many different components too. We're talking about Armando. He's a lender here in El Paso, and there's just so many people involved in a real estate transaction that that's what I think people underestimate on how hard it really is. Us as buyer's agents or listing agents, we're having to deal with 12, 15 people in the entire transaction within those 30, 45 days, you know? So it's definitely a lot of work, but I think it's very rewarding. Obviously, we wouldn't be doing real estate if it wasn't rewarding, right? But you definitely do have to have that right expectation as far as how much work you need to put in. What's an average work day for you guys? Whew. How many hours you guys put in?
You're also firefighter.
Yeah.
So it varies.
Did you mention that right now?
No,
I didn't get to finish. I was really interrupted
By who?
By you. We're back in the day.
Oh yeah. So Frank, finishing off Frank's intro. You know, this guy's
Continue your intro.
finish off.
Alright, so I'm a real estate agent here in El Paso. Started about a year and a half, and I'm also a firefighter and paramedic with the city of El Paso.
Damn.
So this guy's a hero.
Tell us a story.
What's the craziest story that you have?
I can't say that on the camera.
Nah,
You can't?
too bad.
No, I get in trouble.
It's confidential. But obviously, being a firefighter, I'm sure you go through some crazy
You see
shit.
some shit.
And you're so how does that work, Frank? When you do a 24-hour shift at the station, you have all these accidents that you just saw. You probably saw somebody die or their life taken, and then you have to clock out at 11, 12 the next day and put your suit on and just turn into a realtor.
Yeah, I just had one like 2 weeks ago. It was a rough shift, 2 hours of sleep, very serious calls. Can't say what it was, but it was very serious stuff. Everything's on me because I'm the paramedic.
Fuck.
So everybody's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then, like I said, 2 hours of sleep, get off work. I have a full day of appointments, literally to like, I think it was like 7 in the afternoon. And showings in the west side. And I just got off. I was like, well, I'm gonna throw some fucking gangster rap on, take a shower, and get ready.
Shower or shot?
Both.
Both.
Suit up, and then go to my appointments. Finishing off with showings on the west side. Coming back from the west side from showing houses, I think I showed about 4 homes. Dude, I was falling asleep in the freeway. I was like, no.
Damn.
Yeah, especially with this traffic.
And my body on the way over, like I felt like like shutting down.
Damn.
Like just so exhausted. Like it was,
But I mean, it's
crazy
feasible, right? Somebody that has a part-time job right now or full-time job right now, because you're doing it. Like you're one of those people, and I know a couple other realtors that we hang out with, obviously that are firefighters as well. Hopefully, they'll be on the show soon. But as it is, us running your full-time as well, right? You're full-time realtor.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I don't have time for shit. Like, I barely have time to eat. Like, and this is real. Like, I barely have time to eat. Sometimes 5 in the afternoon, I'm like, shit, I haven't eaten anything. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But let alone balance another job too. I do see how hard that can be, especially to manage,
It's been a lot of time management I had to learn. Like, I've never in my life woken up so early. I started, I have my routine down. Wake up at 6 in the morning every day, go hit the gym, get the blood running. Come back home, hit the marketing, start replying to text messages, returning phone calls, returning emails. Gotta be in the shower by 8, and then I like to be out of the house by 10, whether it be open house, whether it be appointments, showings, or going to the fire station. By 10, I gotta be out of the house.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time management, and I had to learn to do it because before I was like, I wake up at 9 in the morning.
Bro, me
11
too.
a.m.
My first year, I was like,
Chill.
I'm good.
Watch some Netflix and shit. Set up your day.
But not anymore, bro. I can't be doing that.
What is your, so that's your morning routine? What is your morning routine?
So my morning routine is pretty much, since I'm full-time, I wake up, I try to wake up at around 5 a.m., go to the gym, for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, come back, shower, and that's when I get to work, like, by 8. By 8, I'm already calling, Armando or people, and then my whole calls are for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then that's when my appointments start. And that's like every day. So I'm super tired by like 9 p.m. Like I just want to knock out and just not do anything.
Yeah. So what we're going over right now too is 3 different agents with 3 different schedules, but all 3 agents are still very successful at what they do, right? My schedule is very different. And I've even told Richard this from the very beginning that I got my license. I have one of the weirdest, craziest schedules ever, but I love chaos. I love to work. I'm just like, I don't like to chill. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't like to sit on the couch, watch TV. I get anxiety when that happens. So I'm more the type that I want to be busy. I don't go to sleep most of the time, 90% of the time, until 2 in the morning every single day. But I wake up at 8. And when I wake up, I do my little morning routine, meditate, shower, hang out with my dog a little bit, get ready for work, and I always start my day off too at the model or at the office. And from there, me and my assistant, we go through our clients, we create our to-do list for the day, our goals, and just start knocking everything off. But that was a developing process too. Like, I didn't always start like that. And we're kind of mentioning like when we started, right? When we started, I think there's not really a book that says,
do this,
do this, wake up and do this, and you're gonna make 6 figures this year. You know, I think it's really something that us as realtors, we had to kind of go through, had to kind of experience, and had to kind of learn on our own.
Yeah.
So talk to me about when we first started. You know, I think that was super exciting for me, especially getting out of the testing center and seeing that I did pass. You know, one of the biggest questions that I get from a lot of realtors, especially that already taking their classes, is you know, what do I do when I get my license? Like, what do I do? And I asked myself the same damn question. I was like, what the hell do I do now? I called Richard, my buddy, and he was a realtor at the time. He was waiting for me to give him my results. Yeah. And I called him and I was like, hey bro, I passed both tests. And he stays quiet and he goes,
Both of them?
why don't you sound excited? Why you sound like that? And I was like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do? Like, am I a realtor now? What do I do? I was so confused.
Oh,
so walk me through your first you know, day as a licensed realtor. What were some of the things that you guys did?
What was my first day? Bro.
You remember?
Yeah. I took my test, and then during the test, I was super frustrated because I put in like a month of studying just to prepare for the test. And then I show up and I'm like, I don't know.
What?
And then I'm like,
that's your realtor, guys.
I'm like super horrible at math. So like it was like oh, I'm just gonna do my best with this math. And then I show up and they start throwing math questions at me, and I'm like, I don't really know. So I'm just gonna go with, I'm gonna have to guess on all the math.
He took off his socks and he started counting his toes.
I was like, I'm gonna guess on all the math stuff, and I'm gonna have to trust that I'm doing so good on everything else that failing the math part is not gonna affect me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I did my best on the rest of the test, and then the lady in the front gives you your results and she gives them to you folded in half. She's like, here you go.
It's like hard to find too, huh? I remember unfolding mine and I'm like, where does it say? Where does it say? I'm like looking at it for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So she gives me my results, and then she's like, smile, it's not that bad. And I'm like, just give me that shit. I walk out of there with my papers, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna look at the score. Like, I don't think I did good. And then I'm walking down the stairs, the longest steps of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, I ain't no bitch. So I open up, pass. I was like, oh shit, I passed. And then I look at the other one, pass. Like, oh shit, I passed both of them. So
did you pass your first try?
yeah, I walked out of there super happy. First try.
So what did you do?
I called you, I think. I was like, yo, guess what happened?
Smartest move you could have done.
I was like, yo, guess what happened? I passed. I was like,
Oh my
all
god.
Get ready,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'm about to experience some stuff.
So both of you passed the first. But it took me 3 times.
3 times.
3 times. The first time I failed both. Bombed. I don't even remember. I was so sad, bro. I was like sitting in my car for 30 minutes. I'm like, what the hell just happened? And then I just studied for a whole week straight, and I just passed the national. And I'm like, fuck, I failed the state again.
I actually remember at ERA
Fuck.
talking to you when you
I was like, what the
failed it.
hell, bro? It's so hard. And then finally, the third try, I passed the state. And I was super excited, but I didn't know what to do. So I was like, what the hell? What do I do? That's when I was teaming up with Jesus. I'm like, yo, I fucking passed. Let's do this. What I do. And,
what do I do?
Yeah,
that's our question. That was our question too.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. So ERA, I learned from Dennis at Colors Homes, Metro Homes. That's where I got all my I guess experience. Cause I've never been in sales. Never.
Really?
Yeah, I went
You
straight
either,
from
right?
UTEP.
No, no sales experience.
Yeah, bro. Straight from UTEP to sales. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. I
Straight
didn't know
from
how to
school
talk to
to the
people.
hard knocks.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know how to talk to people. So I'll just sit the model and then I'll just practice. And then in a few months, got some good sales.
Started catching on,
Yeah,
right?
bro. It takes time. A
Yeah,
lot of time.
I think it does too, and that's really comes down to those expectations again. Like people don't really understand. It's not just getting lucky either. You really have to develop a skill set to be a realtor, and not only that, but be successful.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can pass the test,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people can be successful at the business. You know.
Yeah. Passing the test is the easy part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it is.
statistic-
It is
Yeah.
the easy part.